So it looks like you're diving into functions. Hi, I'm David, and I'm going to try to help you navigate through the idea of what a function is. So here's how it looks. F of x. This does not mean multiplication. Sometimes students think that right off the bat. Okay. That is the name of the function and the variable that it's using for the input. F is the name of the function. X is the variable they're using for input. This is the same idea that you've done in the past where you found XY points. So somebody would say, given x is 0, and you'd plug 0 into 2x minus 3. So you would plug 0 in, and you would find the y value was -5. That's how it looks when you're kind of getting used to the data and XY movements. As the older you get, the more you're going to see function notation, so the more you want to get used to it. So the way that same question looks that you had before, if x equals 0, then go find y, now looks like this. F of 0 equals what? That's the same thing as saying if x equals 0, what does y equal? F of x is the y coordinate. On an xy grid, you could say that y is the axis, or you could say f of x is the axis. So when you plug in an x value and get a y in function notation, you show what variable, what x you're plugging in. You execute the same calculation by substituting in the x equals 0 there, and you will get an answer. In this case, f of 0 equals -5. F of 0, yeah, you use the word of. Again, it's not multiplication of f times 0 there. This is a convenient way of seeing the exact same xy coordinate. XY coordinate. So for instance, I just found an XY coordinate by doing f of 0, and it's the dot way down here at 0, -5 on the grid. If I was to ask you f of 1, we are going to find the XY coordinate, given x is 1, find y, of the same exact function. Notice that, let me finish this off real quick, 2 minus 5, and I get -3. So now I have another dot, f of 1, that's the x coordinate, 1, is -3, which is the y coordinate. And again, the function notation is a way of illustrating and basically finding dots on a function, xy points on a function, Okay, let's try one more here. It's going to challenge you. F of x equals, let's say, 2. F of x equals 2. So now the challenge here is 2's the y coordinate. 2 is the y coordinate right here, because f of x is the y. And so they're saying, what is the x coordinate that you would have to plug in to get 2? Well, let's do a little algebra. If I was to replace the f of x with what it's equivalent with, 2x minus 5, and in a sense ask, when is this equal to 2, we can find out. This is a two-stepper in math, as I like to say, a two-stepper in math. Looks like we're going to add 5 and divide by 2. My focus isn't on the algebra right now, so I'm going to just kind of rush through those steps. But if you add 5, you get 7, divide by 2, you'll find x is 7/2. That is 3.5. So there's a coordinate on here that's at 3.5, 2. So let me see if I can find it. 3.5, 2, right about here. Cool. 3.5, 3.5, let's say, 2. And that's the idea of how we can use functions and work with functions. I hope this helps.